Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kayla, and here on YouTube I am a tarot and oracle reader. I am a psychic medium. I hear stuff and I see stuff. So that's the #1 thing that I like to do on here, but I'm also bringing in my business as a subconscious mind coach. So I'll be alternating videos between these tarot readings and also the Let's Talk series, which is pretty much covering anything that pops up in my realm of coaching, in my realm of work, that I feel like would be beneficial for you guys to hear about as well. The self-sabotage video is the first one that I put out, and I'm really excited to be creating more content like that and just more like useful and shareable things with regards to my realm of work. And I'm gonna continue doing readings because I freaking love it, and I do read for a living as well. So if you are interested in booking me for a reading, you can head on over to my website, read a little bit more about it, and then book the call. So today's video, getting right into it, I'm very excited. This has been on my mind for a while, and today was just the day to do it. I actually didn't think I was going to do it today. I thought I was going to do a different one, but it all transpired. It's transpired. Holy shit. Transpired. I'm just going to slow down. Very interestingly. So I was thinking between a couple of different pick a cards for today, and then when I started doing my energy update for my Patreon members, this thing came up right away that was just a confirmation of like, this is what I have to do today. So for me that was pretty exciting. So it was like, cool, like the universe really wants this collectively out here for you guys. The pick a card reading that we're doing today is messages from plants. And what's cool is that this came up for me a while ago, specifically that this is a timeless video, but whenever you click on it, you're really meant to learn a very specific lesson from a particular type of plant. So whether it's a plant that you already associate with and know a lot about, or if it's a plant that you felt called or interested in maybe incorporating into your diet or your life, there's a very particular message coming through. So what we're going to do is, it is a pick a card style reading. So I will show you the piles that you can choose from, and you'll just take a moment to yourself and tune into what you need to hear in the moment that you're watching this video. And like I said, if you feel called to watch multiple, that's awesome. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and hover over and make sure that you guys see all your choices. And please don't forget to subscribe. Make sure that you click that little bell icon so you get notifications when I post new videos. And if this resonates with you, give it a big old thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. I am aiming to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can start really making something of this channel and just expanding. So I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and look at the piles. Alright guys, so here are your piles to choose from. Over here we have pile number 1 with thyme, pile number 2 with cherry, pile number 3 lavender, pile number 4 chickweed, and pile number 5 with the burdock. So I'd love for you guys to just take a moment, take a big deep breath in, exhale, and tune into which plants you need to learn from, which ones hold messages or lessons for you that would be applicable right now. And whether it's the animal or the color or the plant itself that's really calling to you, go ahead and pick your pile or piles and scroll down to the timestamps below. Hey there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you chose time. And the title of the card is Distill Yourself. First of all, I love the energy that's coming through from this card. It is very feminine, it's very yin, it's very internal. You're really being asked to go deep within yourself, to get very centered, to be very calm, and to almost be like hyper vigilant about your inner presence. Lots of psychic energy too, you know, with the purples. So we have a lot of third eye and crown chakra. So you guys are asking to dive into your spiritual self a little bit more right now. And let's see. I am going to pull out the book on this one and share the message with you because I know that it's a powerful one, especially because I'm still getting to know this deck as well. So this will be one of the first lessons that you're learning from this plant. Mythology teaches that a minotaur haunts the labyrinth of your psyche. As you walk toward the center, this monster prowls and roars, trying to scare you off your path by revealing your fears and inadequacies. But you're never truly alone. You have allies like time, her scent purifying your thoughts so you can see what's true. Time kills off what's other, whether that's germs and microbes or thoughts and feelings. This is time's special magic. She calls your inner flame to burn the dross, distilling your spirit. Intuitively, she knows you from not you, and she sees you clearly when you cannot. Time is a powerful plant. Do not call on her unless you're truly ready to be tempered by her flame. This is freaking potent, guys. You're really, when you read this, when you get this message, you're really being called to dive into yourself, to get extremely clear on who you are and what you're doing and what's not you. I think that for a lot of you right now, this could be like a genuine, like your first call to clarity and your first step to really doing some self-discovery and understanding of self, because if you haven't done this before, it could feel like a really big change. Things could feel scary, things could feel off or not right, but you're knowing that you're like, okay, something's gotta give, something's changing, I need to get deeper into myself and really be very centered within myself. I think that, and we'll see what comes through with the tarot, but I think that you guys, whether you've gone through this before or not, are just realizing like, I need to get really clear on something, especially within yourself. You know, the fact that it's saying like it's going to show you your fears and inadequacies because it wants to show you what is not you. Time really wants to work with you for purification purposes. Okay. Yeah, so we have Mother of Pentacles reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. What's interesting right off the bat is that I think you guys haven't been feeling like yourselves lately. You've just been feeling off. Things haven't really been feeling right. You might have been, you might be like, maybe you kind of got knocked down, like something didn't go the way you wanted it to, and you're realizing that it's not without purpose. Because Five of Pentacles upright really stands for this like being like left alone and abandoned, but you realize that that's not the case. You know there's a reason why you're off and like not feeling yourself, and like Spirit's just saying you need to dive deeper. Like this is your call. You're in the right place. I love this. So Two of Pentacles. We have a lot of Pentacles, a lot of Earth energy. You could have a lot of Earth in your chart, or your Sun, Moon, or Rising sign could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. So if you're not fully aware of your astrological signs, I definitely recommend, I think it's Cafe Astrology. They do pretty accurate readings, and if you decide to follow Tropical, which is like the normal astrology, or Sidereal, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Sidereal astrology, they give accurate birth charts for both. And if you find your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, those three are really important as to how you're seen in the world, how you show up in like the most evolved or unevolved aspects of yourself. But at any rate, you definitely have there's a lot of Earth energy for you coming through. I think you're working very closely with nature right now as well, which is probably a reason you picked on this reading. But learning about time, like the literal plant, the herb itself, I think will be very beneficial for you at this moment when you click on this, when you're experiencing these feelings. Because you've come to a point where like real balance is being called for. I think you've gotten so wrapped up in the shoulds or what everyone else is doing, or like comparison game. I love this though. I love this, but this is why you're being called to distill yourself. You're being asked to really kill off, number one, what's not yours, and number two, to really clear yourself away. Maybe you need to take a break from like social media or your phone, but you're really being called to clear out everything that's not you and get very, very, very centered on who and what you are. And this could have like been making you feel kind of like lonely or disoriented, but Spirit saying like balance, come into balance, you know, start to come into balance. And spending time in nature will be important too, but like there's this beautiful, like I feel like your energy coming out of this is very much so that of Temperance. It's really like an embodiment of the energy of this card. It's this balance, it's this understanding and gnosis, right? Like capital G, like Gnosis, knowing, this deep knowing within yourself and your soul of what you are, what you embody, what you carry. That's coming through strong for you. Like once you go through this process of distillation, that's going to be really powerful. And don't feel rushed to start doing anything, okay? Like this is going to take a little bit of time. I feel like you guys are go-getters. You're very goal-oriented and driven, which is beautiful, but they're saying that like be gentle with yourself throughout this process. It takes time. That's cute. And you know, don't force anything to happen. Like your creativity is very natural for you. Things will unfold and come out as they need to, but right now Spirit wants you to be in this space and really embodying this Temperance energy. I think at the moment you're just like a little off kilter. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the rest of your oracle cards to see what else it is that you're learning from this lesson of time of distilling yourself. So we have Vesta, Hearth. Ooh, I love that, and I'll tell you why. An Aries act. Very interesting. Okay. So, a couple of things. We'll just move this guy over here. A couple of things. So, I think that a big thing for you is really coming into that space of home within yourself. It's more of an energetic home. It's this feeling of your inner flame, your inner light, your being, your radiance, your spiritual self is your truest self. And it's not to say that you need to be like super crazy spiritual all the time, but to me, you are someone who is very aligned with universal energy, who's very knowing of like this type of stuff, or you're very interested in it. So you could be really interested in like witchcraft or psychic stuff or tarot. You know, I think that you're really opening yourself up to these modalities as healing tools and ways of learning. And that's beautiful because you're seeing them all as ways home. It's really all tying in with this maze thing, right? The more you connect with the energy that intrigues you and calls you home, you are just coming back to your centering point. And once you come back to that centering point, that's when you can act, all right? Like Aries is, the Ram energy is very strong lately. Aries is the beginning, right? It's that springtime sign. It's this, the energy of the Ram is forward and it's powerful and it's so strong, very fiery. My moon's in Aries, so I resonate very deeply with this, and this recently came up in a Reiki session for myself as well. So if there's something you guys can take away, is that you need to act from that place of gnosis, acting like going through this entire process, right, of distilling what is not you, clearing the space, allowing yourself to really say like, nope, that's not me, that doesn't serve me, and these make sense. These are bits and pieces of myself. So once you're in that space of hearth, of embodying that spiritual energy, that's when you can act. Like it makes sense to act from a place of true knowing and being. And we have unity. Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys bring people together. You know how to pull yourself back together. You know how to rise from the ashes. And you are so connected. I mean, everyone's connected. But you are very deeply ingrained and knowledgeable of and present in like the spiritual metaphysical world. Like you're very present in the energy space. So for you to feel kind of off kilter and not yourself and out of balance is it's frustrating and it can probably feel a little scary, but just know that you are in perfect unison with the universe. You are co-creating. Everything's happening as it's meant to. Like, you are a divine destined soul. Like, you are very protected. Nothing can stop you. There is so much angelic and phoenix energy coming from this card right now. Lots of power, lots of magic. You guys are very powerful. So if you're feeling not so much that way right now, I can understand why this would be extremely frustrating for you, but allow yourself to move through this process. This is what you need to do in order to just consistently be refining yourself and coming into your best self, okay? And the last card that we have for you, stay soft. Oh, and it's a polar bear, so maybe polar bears resonate with you, or it's one of your spirit guides, but it says, the world may be cold, but we don't have to be. I like this reminder a lot because I'm sure that you guys have you've probably been going through a lot and just feeling so many different things and like friction or anger or frustration, but this is just a reminder for you to just be soft. Just consistently come back to this space, embody temperance. That's who you're meant to be at the core. Like, you are a passionate, moving person who's very powerful and magical, but there's this beautiful balance, right? And that's what temperance is. It's this gorgeous balance of like softness and peace and femininity, and then like grit and fire and masculinity. You are a perfect balance of both. It's just a matter of calling that in, and maybe you've been too yang for a while. That's why you're being asked to balance that yin energy and coming back to home, coming back to your spiritual self, your feminine self, and getting very clear, very, very clear on what that means for you. But I hope that this resonated with you guys and that you enjoyed the message. I love that the plants are coming out to speak to you and that you're here to learn from them. Please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like the video if it resonated, and share it if you feel like someone else might benefit from learning one of these beautiful lessons. But I appreciate you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Welcome, pile number 2, to your reading. If you guys chose this pile, you chose cherry, which just feels so, it just feels so sweet and vibrant and spring-like. I think of cherry blossoms, I think of actual cherries, and I don't know, there's just something, there's a lot of like very sweet energy about this. I don't know if maybe for some of you, birds are messengers of any past loved ones that you might have, but I feel like they're very present for you right now. That's coming through pretty strongly. So for whoever that resonates with, knowing that, whether I feel like it's grandparents. I feel like you guys, you see specific birds and they really remind you of or connect you to your grandparents. You know, and they just want to say that they're here with you and they're guiding you. So if you recently lost a grandparent, they have very sweet energy. Very, very, very loving, gentle energy. I'm like actually seeing, this is really cool, I'm seeing this like old wallpaper. It's like very like old-fashioned floral, some kind of floral wallpaper. So whoever that's resonating with, just know that they're very present with you right now, and they'll probably be talking with you throughout the reading. So whoever that's for, and we're going to go ahead and read from the Dawn guidebook for this particular card. There's a few guidebooks for this deck, which I really enjoy. But this in particular is if you're starting a new project, building new relationships, or focusing on revitalizing yourself. So hopefully that resonates for y'all. So cherry. I'll go ahead and share this because I think it's really pretty artwork. Cherries are one of the earliest trees to bloom, and one of the first to produce fully ripened fruit. With laden branches throughout the year, it's truly the symbol of productivity and abundance. Now is the time to engage in your own season of productivity, even if others are at rest. The circumstances have all come together to provide the perfect setting for addressing tasks you've been putting off lately. Ooh, okay. So, Cherry's message for you guys. This is a very, I really like the start of this. This is just a really soft reminder that you guys have been doing a great job. There's been a lot on your plate, but you are just consistently showing up, however that means for you. So again, whoever's grandparents are here, I'm feeling a lot of grandfather energy too. He's a very strong man, but he's very soft-spoken. He's very sweet. Darker hair, glasses. But yeah, just saying like you're showing up and that's what matters. You're doing a good job, but there's other things for you to focus on. So again, like that might not be for everybody. But at the end of the day, in general, the overarching message is, you know, where can you start putting a little bit like a little bit more focus and attention and energy. It's a soft nudge. It's a very soft nudge. I feel like you guys are just getting called to be like, hey, you know, let's get back to business. What needs your focus and attention? So we have Daughter of Wands. Aha. I love this. You guys are really being given the energy right now to do whatever it is you want to do. You have been going through a massive transformation and rebirth, but you're ready. You're ready to step up and step out and start getting stuff done. Oh, damn. You guys are a really magical pile. I feel that already. You have the star. You are destined for greatness. You are a born leader. I am feeling crazy chills right now, like absolutely insane. You guys are meant to be leaders. You're meant to be speakers, coaches, like just a leader in some way, shape, or form. The way you speak and present yourself, people love to look at you. I'm sensing that you have like really gorgeous hair, like your outward appearance is just stunning. So people really do like probably look at you a lot and pay a lot of attention to you because you radiate sun energy. You might have some Leo in your chart, but like, holy crap, dude. It's just very strong and it's very beautiful. So what else do we have? I'm dead. What did I just say? What did I just say about that Leo energy? Oh, you guys have such beautiful inner strength that is just radiating. Your solar plexus and your heart chakra are very united right now. And if that's not the case, that is what you're being called to focus on. Really uniting and connecting your solar plexus and your heart chakra. Oh man, Taurus, you could have some Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising or in your chart. But you guys have powerhouse energy. You are taking this energy of like growth and passion and drive and putting it into your knowledge that like you are literally a divine being and star. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to be heard. And like, this is what you build your foundation on. You guys are, your nature is like so tender and soft and motherly, but you are also truly like sturdy, very, very, very foundational. So this is why you're really being called by like this message from Cherry. What you're learning right now is to just take some action, you know, like start doing some things. And if you feel like you've already been doing that, they're like, okay, great. Like just like a little bit, I don't even want to say more focus. It is kind of just like, what are all these little tasks that you've thought of that have been on your list? And they're like, just start knocking some stuff off, you know? Like if you have that never-ending list, pick one of those things, and within the next 7 days that you watch this, do one of them. Just get one done, knock it off the list. That'll make you feel better. And with the Four of Pentacles, I'm feeling that you guys maybe lately, this is like your overarching energy that's really coming through. And here's kind of what's been lately for you or leading up into this moment. You've been a little bit like stressed out. You've been very like wondering like, what am I supposed to be doing for money? What am I supposed to be doing to build like my business or whatever, like you've kind of been overthinking it and you've been anxious. Like there's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of roaming thoughts, and spirit's just saying like, nah fam, like you got this, it's okay, you know better. You're very connected with the spirit like of the bees, okay? So I know that bees are all about like community and working. So look into like bee, like spirit guide energy, and that will be something that is very helpful for you to understand how to work with your thoughts and kind of kill off, you know, any of that anxiety or negativity, because you guys you're just way too good for this crap, is what spirit's telling me. Yeah, no, you're meant to be like in a super happy and abundant space. Like Ace of Cups is just kind of screaming out right now. It's like, hey, listen, focus on this. Really focus on filling your cup, being like radiant and happy and grateful, maybe getting back to doing like gratitude every day or something. But you guys you're meant to be very happy. So if that's a reminder that you need that all this is bullshit, like this type of energy is like whatever, you can work through it, you can figure it out and get back to all this. Cherry is just coming through and saying, hey, like, let's start getting stuff off the list. Let's start being productive and moving forward. And really, really taking advantage of like this newfound energy that's really coming through for you. We have Capricorn, achieve. You guys are just meant to do so much. You really are. You are meant to achieve great things. Doing one small thing every day moves you forward and helps you achieve your dreams. Like, you're consistently progressing. Oh, and yeah, with Uranus and change coming out, it's just saying like, you're creating that change. You're achieving that change and expansion and growth for yourself. So again, like, take action towards that as much as you possibly can, because the reality is like whatever you're kind of putting off or feeling like, well, I'm not ready to do it yet or whatever, like that's your choice. You actually have the ability right now to do whatever you want. You just have to get rid of like all of the negative thoughts and take some time to be very clear and present with yourself, because you are a great achiever. You can do whatever it is that you set your mind to, and you are consistently creating change for yourself, okay? So like, you are fully capable and you are totally destined for success. So just start believing that and knowing that every single day. Just start showing up in that energy of like very grand success every single day. Really tap into that Leo energy. And we have heat. This is hysterical. Oh man, yeah, your guides are like not playing around. This card calls for like creating friction in order to make change happen. Heat creates change. It starts moving molecules around and stuff starts shifting. So tap into that prana, that life force energy, guys. I'm feeling a lot of like sacral solar plexus energy movement, creating some heat and friction for yourself. Maybe doing breath of fire, maybe doing some, you know, like one time this week, go get some cardio in, even if it's just like 10 minutes on the treadmill or like a short jog outside. They want you to really start getting the breath into your lungs and feeling in your body. Is very, very, very important. I love this. It's your weirdness that makes you wonderful. Yeah, guys, so there is no need to doubt any aspect of yourself. Like, you are a powerhouse, okay? And however you show up in the world is how you are meant to show up. So like, whatever you're feeling, you're going through right now, it's part of what makes you you, and that's okay. I freaking love this card so much, and I am going to crack up if Monica's watching this pile. Just throwing that out there. But I really love this reading for you guys. This is a beautiful lesson and reminder. So just stay very strong, tap into that, you know, heartfelt, heart-driven Leo energy and progress forward. Start making some moves. Don't hold yourself back anymore. So if this resonated with you, please give the video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It does help my channel grow. I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys could help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I just want to keep coming back and giving you guys more content. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope this is reaching you well, and I will catch you in the next one. Welcome, pile number 3, to your reading. This is whatever messages these plants want to share with you, and you're receiving lavender. Now, what's intriguing to me is the message is tough love, so we'll read into that in a moment. But the tiger energy is coming through very strong for me right now, and I don't know if you noticed my sweatshirt, but tigers, and we're in the year of the tiger too. So this lavender is like, I'm finding it very intriguing that this is the message of lavender, and I actually haven't pulled this card yet, so I'm excited to read it and pull some information for y'all. But whatever this like timid aspect of yourself is, kind of needs to take a seat is what I'm getting. You need to come to a calm, like confident place. So not being like quiet and timid, but being calm and strong is what's coming through. Again, a lot of like, it's very like strong feminine energy, but again, a lot of psychic energy with all the purples. So you guys you're intuitive, you're here, you're into it. But let's see what lavender has to share with you guys. And I'll hold this up so you can get a good look at the art, because it's very beautiful. And all of the decks are linked down in the description below, so you can check them out for yourself. People think lavender is soft, useful for shaping quiet space and calming rowdy children. But beneath her powdery scent is a hint of menthol. Smell it? That bite at the back of your palate? While lavender appears to be down-to-earth and gracious grandmother who will soothe your soul and sing you to sleep, you're living a rare and blessed life if that's all you ever need from her. If circumstances should change, call on lavender. She handles emergencies with military precision, keeping a cool head and a stout heart. She'd make a fine spy, field nurse, or leader of the resistance, cloaking her steely strength under a sloppy gray bun in the familiar scent of summer. When lavender appears, it's time to ground yourself and dig into the task at hand. That's very strong and interesting. So I'm excited to see what comes up in the tarot for you guys, because I feel like you might be Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm getting some air energy. But you guys are really being called to like dive into something with some soft grace. Like there's a softness about you and an ease, but it's not to be underestimated or fucked with, which is kind of what I'm getting. And I really love that energy for you guys. Wow. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so some of you guys could be dealing with some heartbreak. I'm getting 2 messages, actually, so please take whichever one resonates. Some of you are dealing with like actual like heartbreak. Maybe you have ended some sort of relationship, or maybe you just got into like a really deep, like tough argument with your partner, or even like a family member, just someone who you're very close with, or a friend. But Spirit's showing me that like there is reconciliation, there is movement forward, and it's just about kind of letting go, you know, like moving through the motions and allowing yourself to feel sad. But there's a lot of growth coming from this. So just know that like, you know, the tough love might be needed here. You might be kind of getting pushed to like get up and put your clothes on and get back into life, because there's so much love out there for you and within you that there's no need to worry. You know, you're going to move forward and either find what's best and better for you, or like really just, you know, create growth and change from whatever circumstances happened. And then for some of you, I feel like you've just been kind of in like a depressive space, and you're coming back into that really strong, like strong energy of self-love, of really reconnecting with yourself and saying, all right, let's pick ourselves up and go and move. Like we've got stuff to do, we've got places to be and things to create. you know, and you're being like guided out of this kind of like depressive space and really back into like a heart-centered space. So either way, I think the tough love aspect is that you guys are kind of getting back on your feet and getting like forcing yourself to get up at a certain time in the morning, brushing your hair, taking a shower, whatever it is, but you guys are doing a really good job. And this is very positive. Like, this is very, very positive. I feel like you're coming out of this soon. So go ahead and like tap into that energy and just claim for yourself, like, I am moving through this. I'm coming out of it quickly. Because that's a strong message that's coming through. Now, ooh, okay. Another thing with the tough love, this is strong for some of y'all. You've been going through some serious deep cleaning of your psyche. You have been going through some childhood wound healing. You have been, you know, unraveling some old patterns or some old, what's the word? Like programs. You've really been like getting rid of old programming, which is, it takes a lot of time and energy, but you guys are very capable and you've known that that's what you've been going through and working through. So the tough love aspect is kind of like, again, you're a very feeling and soft individual in the sense that you are so loving and caring, but you've been doing some deep work, and Spirit's acknowledging that and just saying thank you, because you've been doing a lot for yourself and for those generations that are connected to you. So just know that like it's okay to take a break from this as well. Like, you don't have to be in like healing mode 24/7. Really acknowledge how much you've done with all of this thus far, because it's pretty not heavy in a negative way, but it is heavy with the feeling of like there's a lot there that you've been working through and sifting through. So you're really receiving a lot of gratitude from that, and I feel like you're reaping the rewards from it as well. So just know that you're doing a really, really, really good job, and you can do like some self-soothing when it comes to this area. So that's what I like about the balance of this message from Lavender, is like the tough love aspect, but also like the soothing and nurturing aspect. And I feel like there's one more thing for you guys. Dang, with the Mother of Pentacles card coming out in every pile so far. Yeah, you guys, you're coming back into like community. You're kind of rebuilding your family and your community around your newfound values and boundaries, which is beautiful. I think that you guys have really cleared a path for yourselves with regards to saying like, this is who I am and this is how I want to show up, and these are the type of people I want around me, and you're really calling that in for yourselves. So that's freaking awesome. You're really building a new community and a new family. Oh, we have Jupiter, abundance. I love that for you guys. And Sun, source. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, so 9, 1 plus 8 is 9, or 18 could be important to you, but that's like the clearing, coming close to the end of a cycle. And then 23 could be important to you, like the 23rd of a month, the 23rd of this month, whatever month you watch this could be prevalent. But 5 is also the number of like challenge and change. So through all of like the challenges and the changes you've gone through, you're being given a lot of abundance from that, or you just feel very abundant from like the clarity that you've received and like from doing the work that you've done. But this sun energy is like very vibrant and radiant for you guys. Source, like being connected to source and being connected to like your personal North Star. And always, always, always returning to the light, right? Like that's a really important and powerful thing too, especially when we're doing this darker, heavier shadow work and learning how to set boundaries and all that stuff. It's important to come back to a space of light. And we also have time, really honoring the fact that you guys are going through so many different cycles, and each aspect of this has taken its own time. You know, really like like feminine cycles, lunar cycles is coming up a lot too. So being synced up and present with that, and noticing, you know, what comes up at different parts. If, you know, if you are a woman, or identify as a woman, you really do learn a lot from being very connected to your natural cycle. So this is a call, and for some of you, this might be your confirmation to stop taking birth control. Just because it is something that I understand how it's helpful, but it really just does mess with you so much and takes you away from your natural way of being. So there are so many natural and holistic ways to like be present with your cycle, to learn how to balance it. If this is calling out to you at all, definitely like comment below, and tell me if this is something you've been thinking about or wanting to do, because this is your call for some of you to really leave the hormonal birth control behind, so that you can be back in sync with your natural self. And I love this little guy. You are going to get through this just fine. It's a really beautiful little reminder that even though it's a lot, you're capable. You can do it. You can definitely do it. So I hope that this resonated with you guys. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. I have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers so I can start expanding a little better with YouTube's algorithm. So please make sure to be subscribed and share this if it resonated with you and you want some other people to receive whatever messages they need to receive. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Welcome, pile number 4, to your reading. If you guys picked this pile, you chose chickweed. So whether you chose because of like the colors or the plant itself or the snake or the number 9, there's some really refreshing energy in this reading for you. I feel like there's a lot of rebirthing that's happening right now for everyone. I think that you're receiving a lot of lightness right now. The starfish, like the little stars, are sticking out to me a lot. So those could be important to you. It's also really linked to like the energy of the star card in the tarot. So you guys are really meant to be doing something. Whatever it is you've been focusing on or wanting, like you're very emotionally connected to it, because I already started to feel a little emotional and teary-eyed, but like you're really happy with what you're doing, and you know that you're doing what you're meant to be doing. You've just been going through some revitalizing and revamping, and that's okay. You know, there's a lot of patience and lightness in this reading for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and read from our Dusk Guidebook, which is all about looking for guidance on how to best take care of your body and mind. So, okay, this will be cool. So whatever kind of, you know, revitalizing and growth you've been going for, let's see what messages chickweed has for you. Early flowering herbs, which appear when the rest of the world is still cold and bare, are full of valuable nutrients, proof that things are returning to life. Chickweed is one of the first herbs to grow in spring and is eaten in spring festivals around the globe to bring longevity and health. A series of small blessings are due to appear to you, so be sure to make the most of them. They may appear modest and insignificant, particularly after such a long period of struggle, but the benefits and good fortune they will bring are numerous. I feel a lot of like lightness for you guys, for sure. There's a lot of like good things coming your way. Yeah, no. And so chickweed, like, I'd be really curious as to, you know, if you have the ability to plant this or learn about it, or maybe there's like a chickweed supplement that you could start learning about. But I feel like this could be something that's very, very beneficial for you, especially because it mentioned like longevity and health. So I would recommend just looking into that and learning about it. It's a plant that seems very strongly correlated to where you're at right now. So I think that it would be a good thing to look into, but let's see what other messages and lessons you are here to take away from chickweed. Ooh, Son of Wands. Yeah, there's some really magical growth happening for you guys. Son of Pentacles, a little bit more like masculine energy. So if you're a guy watching this, or you like associate with being male, there's some very beautiful, like youthful male energy present here right now. So whether you're a male or female doesn't really matter, but there's some strength here. Also, for those of you watching this who are really into learning from spirit guides, look into the ant symbolism. Definitely look into ant symbolism. I feel like there's a lot there. Also, Stargirl, I think on her social media, on her Instagram, she posted something about ant energy not too long ago, so I would look that up. There's something there for sure, but let's keep moving. Yeah, so we have some Leo energy coming through. You guys have a lot of good stuff going on. You have a lot of good stuff. I feel like you've taken some time to really revitalize and revamp yourself, and it's paying off because you're moving forward with a lot of clarity and a lot of like quickness and excitement. You're really gaining some new experiences and like reaching out about new opportunities and connecting with some new people. You're showing up very strongly as yourself, which is awesome. Now, what's this moon about? Oh, excuse me. Okay, number one, like the obvious is what they're telling me. We have a full moon in Leo coming up this Wednesday. So, you know, for my patrons who are watching this when it goes out, you'll get this message in time. But whenever, this is timeless, so whenever you do watch this, be aware of whatever moon cycle or, you know, which moon is coming up, whether it's a new or full moon. And just see how you're tuning into that and what you're learning from that. But if that message doesn't resonate for you, then holy shit. You guys are really coming into like everything you want and need right now. 9 of Cups is like the full blown, like you are receiving everything you possibly could from the universe. You know, you are very connected with your like your destiny and source. Like there's just a lot of success happening for you like right now or in the very near future. And you've been manifesting this. You've been working very hard for it. You've been like shedding light on, you know, the reality that you want to live in. Like you are very positively focused on like what brings you the most abundance and happiness. And you get a lot of happiness from like forward movement and growth. So that's been happening for you lately, and you're very deserving of it. Like this message of, you know, the revitalization, the longevity and health, like this is just like your overall energy, I feel like. And they're really saying like you're meant to be receiving all of this. Like your hard work is really paying off. Really, really, really paying off. You've probably had to like walk away from some things too, or realize, like you might be starting to realize that in order to have all of this, you're like, yeah, I gotta let that go. I gotta stop doing this. I gotta stop talking to this person. And like, that's okay, because you're ready to really like spread your wings and fly, you know? You're just moving up and forward. And for those of you who are, you know, looking for or calling in like a partner, that's coming for you soon too. I really feel strongly about that. Whenever you're watching this, the next like 6 to 8 weeks, I don't know why that was so particular, but really like divine union and companionship is coming up for you guys very soon, because you're in a good enough space for it. You've really been working on yourself and opening yourself up and leaving stuff behind that, you know, is not serving you, so that you really can be open and ready to receive like everything that the world has to give you. For sure. That's really beautiful. So I would just claim that and start tuning into it and be like, within the next 6 to 8 weeks, like I'm meeting my person, I'm meeting my partner, you know? So that's really beautiful. We have Virgo, digest. So you could be Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Dignified, strength. The strength coming up twice to me is pretty profound. You guys are really, you have built a solid foundation for yourself. You're very strong-willed individuals, very clear, very motivated. And you take everything that happens like with a grain of salt, and you really understand it to the best of your abilities and use it as like fuel to move forward. So, I mean, that's incredible. Like, Spirit's pretty much just like patting you on the back and saying like, job well done, really, like really good. We have influence. So just knowing and realizing that as an individual, you have influence like over a lot of people. Even you could literally be an influencer, or this is something that you're aiming to be, and this is just like another thumbs up that you're heading in the right direction. But think of how much influence you have on a daily basis and how often you influence those around you. You know, that's pretty potent stuff. So that's just something to think about, because when you start to realize how many people or things you influence on a regular basis, you start to understand the power you have over the world around you. You are very, very, very connected. Very connected. And the last message is, I am a work in progress, and that is okay. All right, so even if you're feeling like really, really, really good right now and you're kind of on top of the world, you know, just knowing that the days where things are a little off or funky or not the way you want it to be, it's okay. It's okay, because you're a work in progress. You know, you're always growing and changing and shifting, and that's the way things are meant to be. So don't be too hard on yourself. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. If this resonated, give the video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It helps me grow. I'm aiming to get 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you tell your friends, you tell your family. I just want to continue to help get these messages to where they need to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Hey there, pile number 5. If you guys picked burdock, this is your reading. This is the plant that y'all are meant to really tune into and learn from. So the title is Tap Your Resources, and I'm feeling that you guys have a lot more to pull from and call upon than maybe you realize or you're thinking about. But it's asking you to go a little deeper for sure. So we're going to go ahead and read from the book. You know the burrs that get matted into your dog's coat in autumn? The ones that prick your fingers and refuse to come untangled? That's burdock. She's a tireless companion, and yes, she sticks with you, cheering you on when you're running low on steam or self-esteem, or recovering from a lingering ailment. Burdock's a nurturer, building you up with gentle sweetness and asking nothing in return. Her taproot runs deep. Once she sets her sights on breaking up crusty soil or shifting old habits, she's persistently relentless. She's the friend of your childhood, the one you could always count on to have your back. Trust me, she says, all will be well. I really like that. I think that you guys need like a little boost or like a pick me up or cheering on or something, because the energy feels a little bit like, I don't want to say like low vibrational, but just lower than the other ones. The other ones were a little bit like brighter or more vibrant, the other piles, but right here it feels like whenever you're watching this, you're in a space where you're kind of just like neutral, or you're not like at your best or feeling your best. So you're needing some kind of like pep talk and like like it says, tapping into the resources. So let's see, you know, what other messages are coming through to kind of help you through this space. And wow, we have the Hierophant. Man, major stuff right off the bat. So yeah, I feel like you guys have been learning a lot recently. I think that you've really been like diving into your learning and understanding and connecting with maybe not even like very like spiritual stuff necessarily. Some of you could be diving deep into like connecting with your spirit guides or like more esoteric work or shamanism. Like very deep meditations, or you could just be very connected to some, you know, some things in your present life, some people or some sources of information that are really helping you just like come back to a place of very deep connected love, and also like just knowingness of self, really like true personal radiance and joy, and a lot of like childlike energy. Yeah, and Six of Wands is this like, it's like this celebration. You guys are coming into a time where things are going to start looking really, really, really good for you. And I think like the message from Burdock is like, just keep pushing forward, you know, keep doing small things that are really, you know, like adding fuel to your fire, right? Like consistently showing up for yourself a little bit more. Oh yeah, we have Mother of Cups. That's like the ultimate nurturer. And Nine of Wands. It's interesting. It's like you're coming out of a like a space where you feel like you've been for a bit that's kind of like lower, or you've been kind of tough on yourself, or you've just been taking in so much that you don't even know what to do with it. But you're coming back into resonance with your truest and highest self. You're coming out very victorious and feeling like you have like nurtured yourself. You feel like much more connected. I'm getting like some Cancer energy, so you could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and just feeling like you've built up your reservoir, you know, like ready to fight the good fight for yourself, ready to push forward and take on the next thing. But really checking out what resources are available to you. I feel like there's just more than meets the eye, and there's something there for you still that, you know, wants attention. Yeah, some of you have been like learning from a mentor as well. Just like really learning how to be guided through life, or maybe you feel like that's something that would be beneficial to you, or you've been looking up to someone and wanting to be mentored by them, or coached by them. Like, that's definitely something to keep in mind. I feel like that would help you progress forward and connect with yourself a lot more deeply. That's really beautiful. That is what I do, you know, as a coach. Whenever people really find that they are just kind of stuck, or not feeling like themselves, or not feeling like their most authentic self, my coaching program is a natural way to connect with and nurture yourself so that you can start to move forward and progress as your most like real and authentic being. So if that feels like it's resonating with you, I'd love to get on a consult call and chat. So you can check out the links I have below for my website, or you can leave me a comment and, you know, we can get connected. But you guys are definitely, this is like what you're working towards, right? So there's a lot of resources around you. They're just asking you to tap into those resources and trust that you're going in the right direction, and stay committed to whatever it is that you decide to kind of jump into to really like refuel that fire and start back up. So yeah, we have debilitated, discomfort, and Taurus cultivate. So you could have Taurus in your chart, again, like some strong earth energy, but I think that you guys have gone through a pretty decent space of discomfort, and you've been learning how to cultivate that like abundance mindset and that ability to be nurturing and very like strong and grounded. It's been a long time coming. You know, you've been working on this stuff for a while, and you're really starting to feel like you're coming out of it. It's just kind of a matter of fine-tuning and adding in a few more pieces to get to that next level. And we have productivity. Yeah, so you guys are, first of all, like, pay attention to and honor the seasons, right? Not just like the seasons that we have, but like the ebbs and flows of how your natural personal seasons happen, and, you know, what falls off and grows in that time. Like there's a lot with regards to, you know, natural cyclical natures that's coming up for you guys, and honoring that it's kind of different for everybody. But also knowing that, like, even in like the darker or less productive times, that's still an aid in your productivity, because there's still something happening there. There's some sort of growth or transformation or hibernation that's happening in order to help aid the process of productivity. And just know that it looks different for everybody, so don't compare yourself. It's okay to be afraid. I love these. There we go. But as much as you can, please try to act from love rather than fear. Yeah, so don't be afraid that like you're getting left behind or you're missing out on something. Like you're really not. You're just doing things in your time, and that's okay. Because you're you. You can't be or emulate anybody else. You have to focus on being your best self and going with your season, going with your flow. That's all that matters. That's the most important thing. It was pretty straightforward for y'all. So I love that message that came through for you guys. If this resonated with you, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm aiming to get 1,000 subscribers so I can start expanding and getting these messages out to more people. And I just really appreciate your guys' support and for watching and receiving something for yourself that you needed. So I hope that this reaches you well, and I will catch you guys in the next video.